Alright, let's continue on with part 2 of this. Now, I did want to announce that I changed my mind on something. I said I wasn't going to show any of the foreign releases and make those their own separate video. Well, when going through the collection to see what titles I had, I kind of thought about it and figured if it's just a Spanish language dub, and it's still kind of the same pressing, just the Spanish version of it, why not go ahead and show it? What that means is I have 3 tapes that I did not show you in the last part, but basically, what identifies as that? Well, it's like showing Hunchback of Notre Dame, the 2001 VHS. If there's a Spanish 2001 VHS, I'll show you that, because they use the same artwork, and they're basically the same, just the language difference. I just am organizing the actual other foreign dubs that are like, you know, from other countries, or that just have completely different casing and stuff, into their own separate videos. But let's show you what I got from last time. So, first, we have Dumbo, the Spanish 2001 VHS. Now, this is not the 60th anniversary edition, I don't believe, but it mostly uses the same artwork. Print date from September 13th, March 15th of 2001. You can see here the film strip is kind of warped. Not warped, but it's wearing out. You also have Peter Pan, the special edition. January 16th, 2002. Show you that one. Looks like it's in very nice shape. And then I have Cinderella 2, so I should have shown this one first, my bad. Cinderella 2 Dreams Come True, the Spanish release, January 25th, 2002. And that's it for the ones that I missed, but continuing off from The Lion King 2, which I showed you in the last part, let's go ahead and show you what I got after that. And also, there might be a few that I'm missing. I could have sworn I own a Spanish dub for Atlantis and a Goofy movie, but I can't seem to find those, so I'm going to have to go look for them. But I'm sure that I have it somewhere. But let's just continue with what I've got for now. So, next we have Pocahontas 2, Journey to a New World, the 1998 direct-to-video sequel, which I do actually enjoy this one quite a bit. I think there's some cool ideas in it. There's some bad ideas, but I think it's overall a pretty good film. July 10th, 1998. I don't think it's terrible. I actually like the songs in it for the most part. I actually like some of the humor. And I like the storyline idea. Especially that Pocahontas does not go off with who was her assumed true love. She doesn't go off with John Smith. I think that's a really interesting direction to take it, because if it was a normal Disney film, well, a lot of them would be like, no, she has to get with the, you know, her romantic partner, but they actually change it, and I think that's really interesting. Actually, I might watch this one again soon. I'm kind of wanting to. Alright, next, I have The Hunchback of Notre Dame from 2001, the original animated classic edition. I love this movie. I think Hunchback of Notre Dame is great. I think it's one of the best Disney films. February 17th, 2002. Got this one at the Goodwill in Chico, I believe. I don't remember for sure. I thought I did, but it doesn't have a Goodwill price tag, so I could be thinking of something else. I did get this, though, at the Savers in Vacaville, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Spanish 2001 VHS. This might be fun to watch sometime and listen to the, how the songs are saying in different language. February 22nd and January 25th, 2002. I also have, next, The Hunchback of Notre Dame 2, the 2002 film. I hate this movie. I think this is a disgrace to the original on so many different levels. Print date, January 15th, 2002. I think this is actually the worst direct-to-video sequel. Maybe not the worst, but it's not in the top 10 of greats. It is near the bottom. But let me explain why. I'm not going to do a whole review. The fact is, they ruin Hunchback of Notre Dame by undoing the film's climax by literally having Quasimodo get the girl of his dreams, and the animation looks horrible, and the villain and the songs are all so cheap. It's terrible. It's a terrible movie. Hunchback of Notre Dame is so remembered because it was special. It was something so dark, but yet with such a great story underneath it. And the sequel's just a cheap, direct-to-video slop. And yes, I know all of the sequels are meant to be that, but definitely some stick out like a sore thumb more than others, and this is one of them. I'm sorry, I get heated about that film. I don't like that one. Hunchback of Notre Dame 2, Spanish. Got this at the Savers in Vacaville. February 27th and February 6th of 2002. Next, I have Hercules 0 to Hero, the 1999 VHS. I have 2 copies, though, and I'll explain why in a minute. So this first copy I got thrifting. Don't remember where exactly, but I picked it up. Print date is June 23rd, 1999. Now, this copy, like I said, is a 1999 VHS. What does that make this one? Well, I got this one for Christmas, when I got the Lion King 1.5 VHS, I believe, the same year. But this one is a 2003 reprint. Print date here, February 20th, 2003. This actually has no previews, and it has the blue FBI warnings, which I will upload onto my other channel soon, but it's an actual different pressing with different contents. So I thought that was pretty cool. I have a couple of those in the collection. Reprints like that. Also, I'm moving the stack before they all fall over, but yeah, that was a really cool find. That was really cool to get. I also have right here my 2 copies of Mulan, the 2004 Special Edition. First copy. Print date, September 22nd, 2004. And then I got another copy right here. September 23rd, 2004. You can notice it's like The Lion King 2, it's like Jungle Book 2, one of them's a blue cassette, one of them's a black cassette with a blue lid. Cool to have the variation. I also have right here the 2005 VHS of Mulan 2. I don't mind the sequel. It's definitely not great, and it's definitely worse because of what they make Mushu. December 30th, 2004. But I don't hate it as much. I did get this at Half Price Books for $2, which is a pretty good deal considering it's a really rare tape. This was the one in Dublin that I picked this up at. Yes, very rare release. I don't hate Mulan 2. I think it's alright. Maybe not alright, but it's passable. I do have Tarzan, the 1999 VHS. Spine in the back. This has on it Phil Collins, Trashing the Camp, recording session, exclusive news, Strangers Like Me music video, THX certified, restoration, and then the tape itself, with a print date of December 1st, 1999. Tarzan is a great movie. It really is. It's a good Disney movie. I really enjoy this one. Then I have the Spanish VHS of Tarzan, which this actually might be really interesting to listen to. Like the Phil Collins songs in Spanish. Stuff like that. I'll have to give it a watch. Print date from December 29th, 1999. This was a Rasputin's music pickup. At the one in... I forget where it is, but... I don't go there too often, but I happened to find this, and this was one of the only Spanish Disney tapes I found that time. I also have Tarzan and Jane. I really like this movie. I used to watch this a lot when I was a kid. I still think of it fondly. I need to give it an actual, review, think about what I would rate it nowadays, but I do enjoy it. June 20th, 2002. Yes, it is TV episodes straight into the movie, like Hercules 0 to Hero and Belle's Magical World. but it's enjoyable, at the very least. And then I also have Tarzan 2, the 2005 VHS. This was a pickup from the Salvation Army in my hometown, back when they used to carry a lot more VHS. May 19th of 2005. You can see right here, tape is in pristine condition. Alright, next we have Fantasia 2000, the 2000 Fantasia movie. Actually, this came out in 1999, but the VHS is from 2000. And yeah, you can see what it has here. Contains a collectible commemorative booklet on the art, music, and technology of Fantasia 2000. Unfortunately, my copy does not have that booklet. I may get it one day. Probably not, though. July 28th, 2000. I've not seen Fantasia 2000 before. Like I said, I'm rewatching all the animated Disney films, pretty much. And we haven't gotten to the 2000s yet. We're very far off from it, but this is the start of the Disney dark age of the 2000s. And then we have Dinosaur, another Disney film. This is also one of the less liked Disney ones. This is a reprint, though, with a print date of February 3rd, 2004. This tape, from my knowledge, opens the exact same way. It's just a blue lid with black wheels and a different print date. No differences. But next you got the Emperor's... Yeah, you know what? Hold on a minute. I need to find those. I know I have more than this. Hold on a minute. Alright, it's a good thing I looked when I did, because I found all three of the tapes I was looking for. I have a Spanish release for Dinosaur, Emperor's New Groove, and Atlantis, so we're going to show those accordingly. I guess I'm going to show you first Dinosaur, the 2001 Spanish release. Print date, March 2nd, 2001. I'm going to guess this is the first PG Disney film since The Black Cauldron. I could be misremembering that, but it definitely is different than Black Cauldron. But, yeah. Also have, like I said, The Emperor's New Groove, the 2001 VHS. I know they've recently released this film on 4K, and I thought it was absolutely horrible. They gave it no bonus features. Here's the tape, by the way, March 7th, 2001. Yeah, there is ink rubbing off on this tape. Thankfully not rubbing off too much, but it is an old cassette. This is a replacement for my old copy that was damaged. But yeah, as I was saying, like, they re-released the film on 4K for its anniversary, and they put no bonus features on it, which I think is absolutely stupid. If you can't afford to do new bonus features, fine, but put the old extras on there. Or here's an idea. Why not release the Empire of the Sun, the Kingdom of the Sun documentary, The Sweatbox? Like, I don't know why they wouldn't release that on the 4K. Well, I know why, because they don't want to admit that they messed up the film. But it's been 20 years, for Pete's sakes. Like, come on, Disney. Show your past. Anyways, here's the Spanish release. I haven't seen Emperor's New Groove in ages. I saw it when I was a lot younger. Person I was friends with loved it. Print date from March 23rd and July 19th, 2001. Yeah, the film strip's in somewhat good condition, but the lid is damaged, as you can see. So, not as good of condition, but still works. I also have Kronk's New Groove, the 2005 direct-to-video sequel. I've heard people like this. I've heard it isn't that bad, but then again, I don't think you can really mess up a sequel to The Emperor's New Groove. Print date is November 30th, 2005. The reason why I say that, and I could be very wrong, is because the first one is such an over-the-top and insane movie, that if the second one can do the same thing, it's, like, not going to be an issue. Now, if it was like Hunchback of Notre Dame, where the first is, like, this almost gothic, dark tale, and then the second one's just like a childish, oh, there's a jewelry thief film, yeah, no, that's not going to go over well. But if the first film's stupid and then the second film's stupid, well, it may not be as stupid or humorous, but it's not much worse than the first film. I'm not saying Emperor's New Groove is bad, but I am saying I don't think the sequel can mess it up that much. I also have Atlantis, The Lost Empire, 2001 VHS, which is one I've not seen, at least not in a very long time, and I don't remember it if I have seen it. December 4th, 2001, got the film strip as well. Yes, that is the print date. You can read numbers on there. No, I'm kidding. Very nice condition copy. At least the tape is. The clamshell isn't in the nicest condition, but whatever. I do have a slipcover copy, which I actually do like this. I like what they do for the slipcover. Really like the shades of blue. This was a Hollywood Video exclusive, I believe. Yeah, you can see that. The tape is definitely looking like it's been worn out quite a bit, with the, like, almost warped look of the film strip. I'm gonna have to see how it plays, but I will upload the contents at some point. I do have a Spanish copy. Atlantis: The Lost Empire. Print date is January 4th, 2002. And then I have Atlantis: Milo's Return, the 2003 VHS. I've heard this is not good. I've heard this is a really bad sequel. And I haven't checked out either film, but I need to watch it at some point. April 23rd, 2003. Also, I need to not do that, where I just check the film strip on every tape. I'm sure that's annoying for people. My apologies. I think I'm just used to it, because I still try and check things when I buy them at a thrift store. If it's a disc, I want to make sure it's not scratched. If it's a tape, I want to make sure it's not shredded. And also, I just kind of do it for fun, but also, like, if I were ever going to sell it on eBay, I guess you guys know it's in good condition or not. Whatever. I do have the 2002 film here, Lilo and Stitch. This film I hadn't seen in ages, since I was really young. And a couple months after I saw the live-action remake, I got a copy of the original on DVD. And I rewatched it, and I really liked it. And I'll tell you this. Physical media note. The DVD is the unedited cut, so they don't have the pizza box instead of the washing machine. Which, the 4K, I've heard, does have the change they made. I'm not against the change. I understand why Disney did it. They don't want kids climbing in washing machines or dryers. But physical media, I thought, was taking it a bit too far. I don't think a parent's going to buy their kid a 4K disc, honestly. I feel like it's a little bit too much, but whatever, Disney did it. But the original DVD does not have that change. It also has a lot of deleted scenes that I need to look at. I also have Stitch the movie, the 2003 film. There's also Lilo and Stitch. Stitch Has a Glitch. I need to watch the whole franchise at this point. July 30th, 2003. Once again, it's already built off a really fun concept. The issue with, I think, a lot of the older films getting direct-to-video sequels is that they had very specific genres that they were, or they were very specific types of films. Like, Mulan is this, like, war epic about this girl going against her family, her country, to the norms of the country, to be a hero and save China. And then the second film is these three girls having to get married and Mushu causing problems. Like, I understand why people get upset, because the first one is something so much grander and so much more broad, and then the sequels are just these cheap cash grabs. But with, like, Lilo and Stitch and Emperor's New Groove, I think they can get away with it a lot more. I haven't seen the sequels, but I don't know. I just don't think I'd be as offended if I watched Kronk's New Groove and it was terrible, because the first film was kind of nuts as well, if you know what I mean. But that could be completely wrong. Here is Treasure Planet, the 2003 VHS. I remember Tyler 2star2 is back. I forgot his name on YouTube nowadays. I remember he had a copy of this tape that got eaten up in his VCR. And you can see my copy's not in great shape. Someone clearly loved this tape. Print date from February 19th, 2003. I'll show you the film strip. Yeah, it's in pretty good shape. I've never seen Treasure Planet. I know it's like one of the films that basically killed Walt Disney Feature Animation's 2D animation, but I need to actually watch it for myself and see what I think of it. Because I've heard good things, I've had some spoilers, but I'm definitely going to put this on my watch list. I'm excited. And then I have one that I saw for the first time, really, like last year. Brother Bear. Oh, I love this movie. Brother Bear is great. I really liked Brother Bear. Here's the print date from January 26, 2004 and February 3rd, 2004. I think Brother Bear is a great film. I think it's got problems. There is a moment where they choose to use a song over just having the scene play out, and it is one of the stupidest editing decisions, and I don't know why they did it. But apart from that, I think it's a pretty fun film, and I think it's got heart, and I think it's got, like, that Disney magic to it. But yeah, there is one moment where it's just, like, so inappropriate that they use music there. I'm not saying music in general, but they play Phil Collins' song. I'll explain it like this without spoiling the scene. Imagine if when Mufasa was dead, they started playing some Phil Collins song about the emotions. Brother Bear has one of those moments where they kind of do that, and it is really offsetting. That said, I do really like the song on its own. And then finally, to end the era on a great note, Home on the Range, the 2004 Walt Disney Home Entertainment VHS. I've heard nothing but bad things about this film. August 9th, 2004. I do need to get a better case for this because it literally doesn't have plastic on it. Though, should I really be so nice to Home on the Range? Yeah, you can tell this tape has had a life. I got this one at the Goodwill in my hometown. I believe when I picked up 101 Dalmatians 2. But that is it. That is all the Walt Disney Miscellaneous animated films that I own. I guess next would be the Pixar films. Let me know if you guys want to see that. I'll probably go ahead and do it anyways, just to get some content out here, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. I have a lot of Disney tapes. My time of collecting them is coming to an end, but thank you guys for watching. Bye for now!